people are one of the most challenging things about what we do. In fact, some of you think your job would be just fine if you never had to deal with people again. And so finding ways that are going to help us to be more effective at dealing with people, I think, is a critical part to our success. One of those things is we need to be open to feedback. And this is not an easy thing to do. Because sometimes people give us feedback and it's for their own interests. And sometimes people give us feedback and it's for our interests, and it's very difficult to tell the difference between the two. Thrivers look at the feedback and say, let me go find out if there's any truth to this. Now, the first feedback that I got that started to change me into a recovering drama queen was from a coworker. I went into work one day. I don't even remember what I was frustrated over, but I was frustrated over something, and my coworker Greg said to me, you know what, Marian? You are the moodiest person that I've ever met in my life. I looked at him, I said, moody? I'm not moody. I don't know what you're talking about. He said, Marian, you are so moody, we have a system to figure out what kind of mood you're in. What do you mean? He said, it goes like this. There's 3 doors on the way back to this office. If you slam one door, it's going to take us about an hour to get you in a good mood. You slam 2 doors, it's going to take us almost all day to get you in a good mood. You slam 3 doors, we wish you stayed home. I remember thinking to myself, I'm not moody. I don't know what he's talking about. I am not a moody person. You know, I argued with him the whole way home that afternoon. He wasn't in the car, but I argued with him. I argued with him all around my apartment that night. I argued all the way back to work. I was still arguing as I went into the office and grabbed the door and went to slam it. The first bit of feedback that helped me become a better version of myself. Greg is still my friend over 20 years later, so if you do your adding, you can start to figure things out. And I tell that story because it was so valuable to me. Because sometimes the best feedback does come at times when people are frustrated with us. And I made a decision that day, I don't want people to ever think I'm moody again. Now, that does not mean that I don't have bad days. It means that I don't let it out on people. I'm still learning. About 6 months ago, a business friend of mine was helping me with some production related to my CDs and my videos. And he was very frustrated with me. And as he's talking with me on the phone, he says to me, Marian, you are the most intense person I have ever met on this planet. And I responded to him, I'm not intense. Y'all have been in this room for 40 minutes with me, and you already know I'm intense? I really did not think I was an intense person, so I got on the phone. I said, you know what, this guy is driving me crazy. I said, get this. He tells me I'm intense. Dead silence. I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? He said, Marian, you're the most intense person that I know. You know, every single one of my friends I called said that I was the most intense person that I knew. So then I called them back, and I said, what am I supposed to do with this? They said, nothing, it's just who you are. I said, does it make me exhausting to be around? And they said, sometimes. Some feedback is not meant to change us. It's just meant for us to know who we are so that we understand when is it going to work for us and when is it going to work against us. Some of you are perfectionists. Sometimes it's going to work for you. Sometimes it's going to work against you. And I've got to recognize when the differences are between those times so that I know how to react and deal with it.